Well, ladies and gentlemen, as we continue through the month of May, we get ever so closely to the big video game month of E3. June is one of the most exciting months ever for gamers, and of course, us Nintendo fans, we've been so hungry for new content and some big game announcements, and it's finally time that we get some here at E3. And today's game announcement that we're going to be talking about for the road of E3, if you guys are not familiar with that, in road to E3, we kind of just talk about different games and different expectations that we have for E3 this year. And today's expectation will revolve around Kirby. Yes, today we will be talking about the next big Kirby and apparently the peak of the series Kirby that's supposedly coming very, very soon, and how E3 this year would be the perfect time to see what this game is and what it's about. But before we get started, I want to thank today's sponsor, Ekster, the world's best smart wallet. The Ekster wallet is actually pretty unique, and even sometimes Link might need a wallet. As you know, you collect many, and he probably could use this one for quick and easy comfort. So this thing is super small and compact, and boom, money, extra cards, but where are all my other cards? That's all the wallet is. Well, it has a little lever right here, and if you just hit that, boom, your cards pop up and you are good to go. But it doesn't stop there with what they can give, because they also have this super thin card-like tracker in order to find your wallet if you lose it. It's super thin, it fits right in your wallet, right in the back sleeve if you want to put it there. Just go ahead and slip it on in, and you can find your wallet if you lose it by tracking it with your phone, and vice versa. If you lost your phone and you have your wallet and you have this guy with you, all you gotta do is boom, and it will track your phone for you. It's awesome. It's actually extremely cool. And I always lose both my phone and my wallet, so. The wallet also has RFID protection, so you won't have those scammers coming by trying to take your rupees that you worked hard for by killing all the moblins in the village. This is definitely the best wallet that I've ever owned, and if you want to get yours, the link is in the description down below with a discount code as well. And thanks again to Ekster for sponsoring this video. Kirby to me is one of those Nintendo franchises that has never really had a bad game. You know, the worst that it could get would be like an average Kirby game, but they've always been very consistent with very good 2D platforming video games, and it's about time that they kind of shake things up. You know, we know what they can do, and we know what Kirby can do, and we've seen a bajillion different copy abilities, but one thing that we haven't seen Kirby in yet is a 3D environment. I think this next Kirby game is going to be a big 3D Kirby game. We already know that HAL Labs stated that this game will be the peak of the series, the peak of the franchise, one game that's going to be as big as Mario and Zelda in the same vein, and I can't wait to see exactly what they're going to do with this. Now, oddly enough, Kirby is no stranger to the 3D environment. Believe it or not, he's actually had about 3 different games where he did explore a 3D space. Obviously with Kirby Air Ride, you know, it was a racing game, and you also had City Trial, which was a free roam 3D Kirby technically. You also had Kirby's Blowout Blast, a small title for the 3DS, which allowed Kirby to go around a small 3D rendered area and kind of suck things up, spit them out. There was no copy abilities or anything, but that was advanced in Kirby Battle Royale for the 3DS, which also allowed Kirby to have copy abilities in a 3D space and fight within that 3D space. Now, there wasn't much 3D platforming at all except from the beginning, because most of it took place in an arena, and you battled in a giant arena in a 3D environment against people. But it was a step in the direction of a 3D Kirby with a wide open environment that wasn't just making Kirby go to the left or to the right. So with this under HAL Laboratories' belt, is it possible that they can conjure up a brand new big 3D Kirby adventure? Well, I actually think it's all but confirmed at this point. Now, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with 2D Kirby, nothing wrong at all, but the fact is that it just has been so done to death, there's really not much more that they can do to keep it going. Yes, there's still some cool themes and aesthetics they can do. They already had like robots and all kinds of weird creepy creatures coming from space, but at the end of the day, they've done all the mechanics that they probably could do with 2D Kirby. They have all these different copy abilities, they have copy ability mixes like with Kirby 64 and obviously the new Kirby Star Allies. It's just kind of at the point now where like, how much longer can this go until they try a new formula? And I think it's finally time to dive off and do that. We already have Star Allies, a traditional Kirby game on the Switch, so why not have the next Kirby game be something absolutely bonkers and something that definitely reinvents the series? A new 3D Kirby game would be so insane. In fact, you probably won't even need a whole bunch of new copy abilities. You could probably just use all reused ones from the past. There's so many that it just never would run out. And to see these copy abilities in a 3D space would be so much fun. To see Kirby swing around a sword or use electric or fire or ice in different ways in a 3D environment might look a lot different in 3D than it does in 2D. And to tie these into like 3D puzzles, for instance, maybe you have to cross a gap by using the Fire Kirby, the flame attack where you dash across the stage, or maybe you need to use ice to freeze a certain part of water, or maybe you need to use a sword to cut a rope somewhere and drop a bridge. This could be absolutely amazing in a 3D Kirby game. But it doesn't even have to end there. There could be some smaller Kirby titles come in because we know it is also Kirby's anniversary as well next year, I believe. So this would be a great way to kind of get this out ahead of time, even if it's not releasing this year. At least we know that Kirby has some stuff coming in the future. So this would be a cool title to show off. But as far as like this year goes, maybe there's another small Kirby title that we can play and wait for the time being. Maybe a Kirby Fighters 3 or whatever. They love their Kirby Fighters games. So I don't know. Or maybe even a port of, obviously, Kirby Air Ride. That would be so important to a lot of people, especially the people that really want a new Mario Kart. This could be something to tie them over. Until then, people absolutely love and adore that game, so that would be on a lot of people's list for something that they would want to see. But I think something Kirby, regardless, is going to be shown here at E3. I just don't know what it is yet, but I would expect something Kirby. But what do you guys think? Do you think we'll see anything Kirby during this year's E3 showcase? Will we see the next big, huge 3D Kirby that completely break the limits of what Kirby has been? Will it be a more standardized Kirby, or will it be something small until we get into the actual anniversary year of next year? Let me know in the comments down below, and thank you guys so much for tuning in. And like always, if you enjoyed today's video, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to stay up to date on all things Nintendo. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I will see you all on the next one. See you guys.